This is the Pumpkin Stack String Art Kit tutorial by String Art by Kaylee. To make this design, you will need the String Art Kit, which can be ordered from my tutorial group. You will get bundles of yarn in your choice of colors and vinyl lettering. You will also need a pair of scissors and a straight edge or a squeegee. The very first step is to take a picture of your board. We will be removing this paper, so all of these lines will disappear. The picture will be your reference. Once you have your picture, go ahead and remove the paper. Now that the paper is removed, go ahead and grab the organza bag with your yarn bundles and take everything out. And then go ahead and lay the yarn bundles in the order that you are going to string up the pumpkins so you can visualize which color goes where. We will be starting with the bottom pumpkin and working our way up and then doing the stem before the top pumpkin. So go ahead and grab that yarn bundle that you're going to use for the bottom pumpkin. Grabbing the strand that is wrapped around the middle, go ahead and pull it to unravel the bundle. And keeping that same strand, we're going to do a loop up in the air. This is how I start my knots. Go ahead and take that loop and tuck it onto any one of the nails on that bottom pumpkin and then pull it tight. Make sure you push that knot all the way down to the bottom of the nail, just like shown. We are going to be outlining the pumpkin to start to see exactly where we're going to be filling in. Make sure you're pushing that yarn down to the base of the nails as you go. Now you can begin to go and start filling in the pumpkin. You can go in any different way that you want. The point is just to fill it in, or you can do it nice and neat in a pattern like I'm about to start doing. The point is just to cover up as much of the board as you can. As you're filling in, making sure that you are pushing that yarn down like I've said before. You'll be adding a lot of layers onto these nails. We want to make sure we have as much room as possible. And here's another look at that yarn pushed all the way down as far as we can go. Some of these nails will be sharing colors of yarn with other pumpkins. Basically the bottom of each pumpkin, that whole row of nails will have two colors on them. So we want to make sure we don't go past the halfway point on the height of the nails so we can add future color. Make sure you're going in all different directions to fill up as much of the pumpkin with as little layers as possible. You can see I just keep switching it up as I'm going back and forth with my layers. Once the pumpkin is filled up to your liking, we will go ahead and add an outline. First, I'm going to show you what a single layer outline will look like. It is just an outline along one side of the nails, going along the perimeter, and then these inside lines as well. So this is one way that you can do it. I personally like to do a double outline to where I go along the inner parts of the nails and the outside. It's just a little bit thicker and the outline is a little more prominent, but it's totally up to you on what you would like to do. So you can see on this line, I will go along the outer part of the nails and I'm going to come back down along the inside of the nails. Once you finish the outline, it is time to go ahead and tie off. I like to cut my yarn a little bit longer to make it easier to make that knot. I need a new pair of scissors, obviously. And then just like how we started, we will make a loop in our yarn and then tuck that loop onto one of the nails and pull it tight. And then I will just take my scissors again and trim this strand to about a ½ inch or so. And then use the scissors to tuck that little end in between the layers to hold that knot. First pumpkin is finished. We will go ahead and move on to the second. This is definitely one of the easier designs as we are just repeating the same process over and over as we work our way up the pumpkins. Here is a look at how high those layers went up on those nails from the first pumpkin. There's about half the height left for the next pumpkin. So we're repeating the same steps as before. We went ahead and tied the knot onto one of the nails, giving it an outline, and then filling in. And we will be going over top of those layers from that first pumpkin to fill in the second one. Go ahead and fill in, and then we will do our outline and move on to the third pumpkin. And another look at how we tie off. We cut the yarn a little bit longer, make that loop, tuck it onto one of the nails on that pumpkin, Go ahead and pull it tight, and then we will use our scissors to trim it to about 1/2 inch, and then tuck that little strand in between the layers. On to the 3rd pumpkin, and then we will go and do the stem before the 4th pumpkin. Okay, so go ahead and grab that little brown bundle that we have, unravel it, and we'll tie it onto one of these top nails for the stem, outline, and fill in. This is such a little area, it'll only take a couple seconds. I do recommend when you are tying off on the stem to end it and tie off on one of the top nails. It just gives a little extra room on the nails that connect to the pumpkin. Alright, now it's the last area to string up. And with this being the final area to string up, we will go ahead and do the outline along the whole entire pumpkin. And the final knot and tie off, and we are finished stringing. And take a look at our beautiful string art pumpkins. We are not completely finished yet. We need to add our wording on, so go ahead and grab it and flip it upside down. Take your straight edge or your squeegee and scrape the backing. This will help stick the vinyl lettering to the transfer tape. Keeping it upside down, you will slowly pull the backing off the lettering. Make sure you do it nice and slow to make sure none of the vinyl sticks to the back. You don't want to rip it. Flip it over and we'll figure out our placing. You can make it straight on, you can make it offset, just totally up to you. I am going to have mine just slightly offset to where the H is parallel to the edge of the board. And then take your straight edge and scrape that down to really get the lettering to stick to the board. Once you've done that, you will slowly start pulling the tape up. I like to pull it against the squeegee, which is still kind of pushing those letters down. And we now have the finished pumpkin stack string art piece. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. Feel free to subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Thank you for watching.